I was going to say something there. I think I was going to say something further about the crisps, but I don't remember. Anyway, moving on. It doesn't matter. It's like a sieve. Yanae. And Yanae, that's the way to do it. You show up and problems are getting solved. That's just one of the many reasons why I like you. Yanae, I've got it. It's simple, really. Let's make a ruckus so loud there's no way he can sleep through it. Why? Look at that. A conveniently placed gong. Makes me think of. It made me think this. It may just be how they've woken him in the past. We just need to get the matching mouth to get it ringing as loud as possible. The village leader tells me that the ballot is over at the Kai Han brewery on the river to southwest. It's not far. Mind picking it up for me while I give the village some fair warning? Gather me some wood planks from the construction near Kai Ban Brewery. You do not yet know the extent of my strength, so I shall display it to you.
White Tiger watch over you.
Okay, move. Auto run. I'll just like navigate with the other arrows. Oh, I love doing that because I get to just lie back and be lazy. Well, by lie back I mean sit back and hope I don't fall off the chair, because the chair is a bit wobbly. I've been meaning to for the last while to, excuse me, well, that's a different one. Grab a different chair, have another one downstairs, but just been lazy and kept forgetting about it. The office chair I have is just the legs aren't gone wonky, so bit of a nuisance. I've nearly fallen off it before during recordings. Bit awkward, but anyway. Ragus. And all I can think of now is haggis. Apparently food's on my, just on my mind. My god, the knockout kick is useful. But yeah, I tried to be a land shark there. It didn't work out. Dilo recess mount. Heavy and well crafted. These farmers take their breaks seriously. So yeah, they must ring the gong whenever they go on break. Or when, whenever they go on break or meant to go on break. Discarded wood plank. Looks solid. Really, solid actually. Jojo's head might not win this fight. Don't count on putting Darren out before he's out. You never know. Wait. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Did my finger extend up too far? I thought I hit off the record buttons. Mic is fine. There. Yeah, that's fine. Recording locally. All's well. Backspace. Thank you. And you can see my FPS here. I turned that on earlier, just out of curiosity. But yeah, nearly 100. And on graphics quality 7. It's what's recommended for my computer. And windowed full screen mode. So yeah. I could. I feel bad like playing with that frames and not recording it, but I found when I recorded in higher than 30, I was getting kind of stuttering, a bit of stuttering, and it was actually quite annoying. It might be a slight thing up to like still less than a minute, but a fair portion of that minute just being frozen. Actually, maybe it would be over a minute of footage being frozen. But yeah, basically it was highly variable. In some cases, like I've seen in StarCraft 2, there'd be like little pauses, while in Overlord 2, it was quite larger things. I remember, fair freezes going on. And I remember in Series Sam 3, smaller ones, kind of in between the two going on. So it's another nuisance. So I wouldn't record higher than 30 frames per second, 720. with my current rig. I would want to fix it up a bit first.
I'm with you.
Well, they're as warned as they're going to get. Do you have the mallet? Ha, Yanae. Now that's a mallet if I've ever seen one. Let's make some noise. You ready for this, Yanae? I'm thinking maybe we should have looked for something to cover our ears, but it's a bit late for that now. Just remember that the intense ringing you'll be hearing for the next few hours is the ringing sound of victory. The honor is all yours, Yanae. Ring the gong whenever you're ready. Let's just do this first.
What do you need?
Have you done as I've asked? Good. My head, it is harder than the densest wood. Step back and let me dispel your doubts.
Enough of that.
Our crafters have built the finest wood planks. They would weather the most brutal of storms, but there is water before the storm of my crushing skull. Nothing made by Pandaren hands can withstand me. Interesting technique. I'm just waiting to see him like headbang Deathwing to death. Oh no, it's Sargeras! Quick, Jojo, headbang him to death! And he just headbangs him to death.
Time to
Huh. Well, that's bit of emotion. Not emotion. An emote down below. Wugo snorts loudly and continues sleeping. G Firepaw sighs. Well, that's definitely the ringing I expected, but I was hoping for a bit more from Wugao. This guy's a deep sleeper, that's for sure. It's alright, Yanae. I've got another idea. There's not much preparation needed at all. Just how I like it. Yanae? Well, alright, Yanae. I was thinking about what we'll try next if the whole gong thing didn't work. It came to me just like that. Water in the face always worked on me, so it's got to be twice as effective on someone so dry and earthy. Mind going over and asking Shu, the spirit of water, if he'll help us out? He should be playing in the pool next to the waterfall, just on the other side of that tree. The face on the turtle is precious. It just looks so happy. Shu looks up at you expectantly. Shu, can you wake up Wugu for me? Wugao. Well, that was definitely effective. Huh. For the spirit of Earth, he sure is fast. Yeah. Yanae, we make quite a team. Persistence over planning, I always say. Well, that wraps it up here, doesn't it, Yanae? Doesn't it, Yanae? Now that we've got these two roused and all friendly towards you, we just need to head back to the Temple of the Five Dawns. You go ahead. I'm going to say my goodbyes, then I'll follow you up shortly. Now we head over here to this delivery cart. We'll go get a ride. Hello, friend. You're welcome to use my cart if you like. We'll take you to the Temple of the Five Dawns. I suppose I could heart, but we'll go the scenic route. Don't go asleep, you fat bastard. Funny enough, that's one of my nicknames for my cat Nero. He just ate he just always eats a lot, but and just weighs a ton. Though he doesn't look fat, he just weighs a lot. So we just kept I just jokingly call him fat bastard. It's either that or Robert Baratheon, just as I thought it was funny. He's an adorable little kitten. He's so precious. He's just adorable. Really sweet little kitten. Though really he's a cat now, not a kitten anymore. But he'll always be a kitten to me. Cool stonework there. So anyway, also there is Len Hua Thunderhammer, Elder Oak Paw, and there's some people in here. San for food,
Browse my wares.
for drink, Hyacinth.
Tell me of your travels.
Hyacinth. Oh God.
Hello.
Ooh. There's a show, E for food, and here's the innkeeper. Lao Min Lang, whatever. Hyacinth, anyway. There's a show here called Keeping Up Appearances. It's long since over, as far as I know. And it follows Hyacinth Bouquet, though everyone else calls her Bucket, and her henpecked husband. And the Hyacinth is really irritating. I've also heard, apparently one of my relatives is described as being quite a lot like her. So, yes. It's not a flattering, comparison. Not a flattering comparison in the slightest.
Your hurry.
Hangshi One Eye, Fan Slow Plow, Longbeard the Liar. What a name. Ba Hui. I've no idea I'm saying these right. Shi Jing Stout Gut, Shao Li Iron Belly. It would be awkward if she was incredibly poor at keeping down alcohol. To be called Iron Belly and, be shite at it. Steep Master Tira.
Welcome.
Cairo the Contemplative. Okay. Also, Steep Master. It's a tea thing, I think. Either that or she judges how well you steep your hands. Like how megalomaniacal are you? I have no idea. Well, I love how just just how unfazed people are by just two elemental spirits that have been, just asleep and pissed off, just elsewhere. Just come strolling on in, and they're just like, oh, it's everyday occurrence. Love it. You've done well, young student. 3 of the 4 spirits have returned to the temple. We're closer to the answers we seek. The fourth and final spirit is Da Feng, the spirit of air. When he is not in disguise, he can be found on the ridge of the Laughing Winds to the west. Send both Asa and Ji to help you find him. When you're ready, I'll summon winds to carry you to the top of the temple. From there, cross the bridge to the west and find Ji.
Hide somewhere across the dawning span to the west. I can carry you to the top of the temple. Ji awaits you there to lead the way.
Since I talked over some of it, I'll read it. You've returned with the spirits of water and earth. You're making old master proud. Wu Gao and Shu are welcome here. We'll care for them well. The only remaining spirit is Defeng, who hides somewhere across the dawning span to the west. I can carry you to the top of the temple. She awaits you there to lead the way. Quick, be careful there, master. Don't want health and safety to see this. There we go. That's how you make the joke. Some NPC down there, but I can't see their name because it's fucking Legacy of Wu Gao, Wu Ang, or whatever.
Hey, this way to Morning Breeze Village.
But anyway, there's a little place I'm going to stop off at for Mo. Just over here. It's on the bridge. You can get a bit of lore by popping over here. And I'm just auto running because I feel like, well, why not? It means I can just sit here and hope I can think of something to say. Ooh, Christ. Zhao Ren, the Onyx Serpent. Hey, Yanae, the lore walker, is beginning one of her lessons just down these stairs if you want to listen in. Rigid lasting winds. Ow. Don't mind me, just breaking my legs. Lore walker ruin. Ting Ting. And lore walker Ami. We live on the back of a big turtle. Yes, how? Our home is on Shensin Su's back. She's how? Haven't you ever paid attention? I just thought it was weird that the mountains had flippers. Wu Yang discovered many things as he explored the world. Oh, yes, how? Does the turtle know we're here? That's a good question. Nobody's spoken to Shensin Su for many generations. He only ever spoke to Yang. So for generations, they've not been to Pandaria. So I question the amount of people on this place and whether or not they have committed inbreeding yet. That's my go-to thing because that's where my mind goes. But I'm certain that Shinsen Su knows we're here, and he cares for every one of us. Even how? Hey! Especially how. Wu Yang once said, noble is he who always asks questions. We should all be like children, for the world is our elder, and has many things to teach us. Yeah, you should all be like me. More like me. Bleh, I'd rather jump off this bridge. Students, pay attention now. Does anyone know how often Wu Yang went back to Pandaria? Whenever he got hungry? No, Yin. Wu Yang could eat wherever he explored. He returned to the main continent of Pandaria once every 5 years. But isn't Pandaria hidden somewhere? Nobody can find it. You're right, Yin. It is hidden away behind the cloak of mists. Does anyone remember how Wu Yang always was always able to find it? Nan? Because sea turtles always return to the beach where they were born. That's right. Wu Yang always had a way back home. Every 5 years he would return to pick up more explorers. Does that mean our moms and dads and grandparents were all explorers too? Yes, how? Only the bravest Pandaren joined Wu Yang on his turtle to explore the world. But we don't explore very much anymore, do we? Shinsen Su has made landfall for a long time, but that doesn't stop some Pandaren from exploring anyway. Like Chen and Li Stormstout. Yes, like Chen and Li. They're out exploring the world. Maybe someday you will too. I want to explore the world. No, you don't. It's full of trolls. Oh, well, forget it then. Probably I should be reading the names for this, but or just maybe the important points, because I feel like an idiot just reading it exactly, but it's not voice acted, so I feel like maybe I should. Feck it. You can skip ahead if you don't want to listen. Whatever happened to Yang? I'm glad he asked. Yin Wu Yang explored the world his entire life and raised many of the children here in the Wandering Isle. Eventually he grew very old and visited Pandaria one final time, but no one else wanted to go exploring with him, so he left. Shinsen Su has never returned to Pandaria. Tired now, Wu Yang said goodbye to Shinsen Su, his oldest friend. Then Wu Yang went up to the wood of staves, carrying with him a bamboo umbrella that he always took on his adventures. He opened his umbrella, planted it on the ground, and sat underneath its cool shade. He closed his eyes and became one with the land. And then, do you know what happened? What? His umbrella sprouted. It grew roots, flowered, and became a tree. That's impossible. Well, it's true. If you ever go to the wood of staves, you can see it, along with the budding staves of all the elders who came before us, now growing into giant trees. That's a sad story. It's not a sad story. Wu Yang said himself, never mourn a life well lived. I swear I've seen that quote elsewhere. I remember before the Warhammer using Sun Tzu's things, yeah, and to get a point across. And I think he lived a very, very good life. We owe him everything we have to Wu Yang, the first Pandaren explorer. We tell his story so that he'll always be remembered. Thank you, Ruin. That was beautiful. Could you sing it once more for the students who just arrived? This is the song of Wu Yang, the first Pandaren explorer.